La consulta del doctor Escarabajo, dígame.
La consulta del doctor Escarabajo.
La consulta del doctor Escarabajo.
La consulta del doctor Escarabajo.
La consulta
La
del doctor
consulta del doctor Escarabajo.
La consulta del doctor Escarabajo.
Hola, this is Zig from the Fuzillis, also known as Frankie Fuzilli, bass player and continuity announcer. Since we started over 10 years ago, it's been a great ride. We set out with the intention of delivering the most entertaining shows we could imagine, which I think we always do, whatever and wherever the stage. In these times, we played all over Europe, including a little bit in Spain, as well as in some parts of the USA. At some point, I'd love for us to get to Asia and Australia, but for now I'd say yes, we are really happy with the places we've been invited to, the people we have met, the smiles we've seen and the experiences we've had together. And you know, along the way we've made a few records, all of which we're immensely proud of. Yeah, the pandemic was a difficult time for everyone, affecting people in many different ways. And at the beginning of 2020, we had many plans with our different projects that sadly had to be cancelled at the last minute. But at the height of the crisis, whilst we were all having to live with the isolation, we still found ways to work together and collaborate. Much of the last record was written in those quieter times. However, I know many places we've played in the past were more seriously impacted and have sadly had to close their doors. And even the ones that still managed to stay open, I think they're still feeling some of the impact of those difficult times. To be completely honest, there's always been competing genres of music. Whilst all of it might not be to our tastes, it's good that this variety exists. As long as people enjoy some kind of music, that's a good thing. And you know, I like the different rhythms and styles that can cross-pollinate and create something new or different. It's great when you hear something in a different way that brings something new to how you might have originally interpreted something, even if it's just a little. And you know what? Life would be a bit boring if everyone liked exactly the same thing. Our most recent LP, Grind a Go-Go Volume 2, has a lot more original tunes on it, crafted by this lineup of the Fuzillis. And because there are some newer people involved, the interpretation of old classics and the creation of new tunes is slightly different from how the original lineup delivered. But at the same time, the ethos is still the same. Tempo, hooks, smiles, and rock and roll that's shaken and not stirred.
Mambo, mambo, my lady loves the mambo, mambo. Forget about Prado, she just wants to mambo, mambo. She's like a snake with a shake.
I love all of our records. They're all very special to me. But I'm content that the music is out there for people to hear. That's enough for me.
Dead if she gave me the chance. Mambo, mambo. She's mambo madman, she's got it bad. He's got her in a trance. Oh!
Chaotic fun, hopefully. Dancing, laughter, crowd participation, smiles, and chupitos. A lot of chupitos.
Mambo, mambo, my lady loves the mambo, mambo. just wants to mambo, mambo. She's like a snake, make no mistake. Yeah, mambo, mambo.
Well, we're all definitely living in very, very interesting times. Just when you think you've got a handle on what's happening, it seems you only have to take the dog for a walk before something new pops up. As we speak, the big orange man in the big White House appears to be causing big amounts of havoc and chaos around the world with every single word that comes out of his stupid mouth. Let's see where that one goes, eh? But you know, change is a constant. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. It's how you deal with change that is important. Hopefully, we'll all survive, evolve and emerge as the best people we can possibly be. At least until something new comes knocking on the door, eh?
My head stops spinning, going round and round. My feet keep moving, don't touch the ground. Mambo crazy, everyday see, she loves that mambo sound.
We've already started working on the next set of songs. We were recently with Henrik of Los Deltones in his studio up in the north of Spain. You know, he's such an easy person to work with. We wrote and recorded 4 songs. They still need some work, so it'll be a little while before we release them. But you know, I think there is a lot of life still left in our recent Pickle Swap EP and obviously the last LP. But I think for the immediate future, we want to continue to play as many shows as we can all fit into our busy schedules. There's an important release coming from a certain chicken-based band that many of us are involved in, so that also needs our focus and time. So we'll be switching shirts every so often as we swap backwards and forwards between the various bands. Exciting times. Thanks for listening.
All right.